Hey there YouTube, this is SMSnakes125 here with another video again, and today I'll be feeding my Kingsnake Dakota, and today she is feeding on a fuzzy, and here is her feeding box, and I just keep her in this feeding box while she's feeding, just because I don't want her to, oh, looks like she's trying to get out over there. Let me put her back in. Hey, go back in there. She's trying to escape on me. Go back in there. Okay, so, now we're going to be feeding her this fuzzy. And I'll just get straight into this. Here you go. She looks interested. Oh, and yeah, she coils. She looks like she's doing a pretty good job of eating it. And normally, I would recommend keeping your king snake in a feeding box when they're feeding, just because I do not recommend that they eat their bedding, basically. And she has Sandy chips right now, and I don't think a small amount of Sandy chips in her digestive system would be such a big problem. But just to make sure, and just for my peace of mind, I keep her in here while she eats. And she seems to do fine with it, and every time that I put her in here, she seems to know that she's going to get fed, so... yeah, and she has a pretty good feeding response. As you can see, she coils and everything, she strikes, which is pretty cool. And now I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy this while it lasts. Okay guys, I'm gonna give you a better view here. Just gonna pick you guys up, give you guys a better view. There you go, so you can see how she coiled up the pinky and she's starting to swallow it. And so guys, basically king snakes actually have a better feeding response than most snakes, including corn snakes and things like that, just because corn snakes usually just take it out of your hand very gently, while as king snakes they grab it and they strike and they start to coil. And then usually if you're making noise how I am, they usually freak out when they're eating, but she's actually doing a pretty good job of not freaking out. So here, as you can see, she's about 36 grams. And she is feeding on a fuzzy, so that's what you should feed your king snake when they are at about 36 grams. And I actually go by the months in feeding plan. It's basically a little chart, and it tells you, like, you have to weigh your snake in grams, and it tells you basically what to feed them based on their gram weight. And for Dakota's weight, she actually feeds this fuzzy every 6 days. And I usually don't recommend handling your snakes the day before you feed them. During the day you feed them and the day after, just because to not get them stressed out before, and afterwards, because they usually are having all their energy pointed towards digesting, and if you freak them out while they're digesting, they might think that they can't get away since they're full, so they might regurgitate their food, which is never good, because then it hurts their stomach, and they usually won't eat after that because they're scared of encountering predators such as us. But which we are not, but they think that we are. Let me see. And as you can see, she is almost about done. Let me see. Yep, she is almost halfway there with her fuzzy. And basically when I got her, she was on pinkies. And then we moved her up a little bit more, and we gave her 2 pinkies a week. and now she is big enough to take on fuzzies, and she's actually doing a pretty good job. Because the first couple of days that we fed her fuzzies, she would have a little bit of trouble just because it was new to her, and it would take her a little bit to swallow, but it looks like she's doing a pretty good job of it now. And if you can see right there, I'll just try to zoom in a little. You can see right there, she's eating away, and right now she actually is separating her scales so they can come apart more and make it easier for her to swallow bigger food items. So that's basically what she's doing right now. And usually with king snakes, after she eats, I just take her out of the feeding enclosure and then put her back into a regular enclosure, and she usually stays on the warm side, about 85 to 90 degrees, and I usually turn on the under tank heater just because so she can have a belly heat and be more comfortable eating. And so that's been it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I thank you for watching.